Hi there folks, my name's NovaWin24 and welcome to the NovaWrap, your one-stop location for your simulation release news and goings on from the week that was. So here we are on Sunday the 5th of September 2021 and let's jump straight into it with the release from Lionheart Simulations of their latest aircraft for Microsoft Flight Simulator, that being the Quickie Q200. Now this very non-real aeroplane looking aeroplane is in fact a very real aircraft. In fact, it comes to us from the design studios of Burt Rutan, and would actually evolve from one of his earlier designs and become into the Quickie series. There was a Q1, then a Q2, and then the Q200 is the high performance sports light aircraft version of the Q2, powered by a 100 horsepower Continental O200 engine. Now this aircraft is insanely small. It's a twin-seater, and yet it's got the most bizarrest wing configuration with essentially like a biplane configuration, but offset, more like canards. And as has been described, it looks like an X-Wing fighter. And now that I've heard that, I can't shake that image out of my head at all. So this comes to us with a highly detailed 3D model based off access to a real aircraft. Includes a high-resolution, highly detailed internal modeling as well, with high-definition 4K textures with full PBR support throughout, with a variety of avionics systems modeled and included. It was full 3D gauge support included as well. A variety of different internal materials used on different liveries as well. So different liveries have different panels and panel types available to them as well as a custom high-detailed rendition of the power plant and the very unique way that the aircraft actually gets its aerodynamic lift and roll. Yes, it is an aircraft that is, now I do have this aircraft. I've been taking it for a fly. My review video should be out in the next few days. But shortcut on this one, it is a stupid amount of fun. However, if you don't treat her right, she will come round and she will teach you a few lessons. But yes, I absolutely love this aircraft. I think it's awesome. As I said, straight up, as I said, I have this. I love it. I do recommend this one. It's got a couple of really quirky little things about it as well, with support for full rain effects and so visual effects included as well. And as I said before, full PBR support on the textures as well. And as it's coming, you can pick this one up from your favorite flight sim retailer for $25 or your original equivalent, available now. Continuing on with aircraft releases for Microsoft Flight Simulator this week from developer Got Friends, with the release of their first payware product of the GBR3 Special racing aircraft. Now, this is a fully conceptual aircraft, but it is designed by an Italian designer, Mirko Porcari, I believe is the name that the developers quote, as to be a sort of spiritual successor to the old GB races from the 1930s. So this comes up to us with a highly detailed rendition of the aircraft. Well, I suppose a highly detailed rendition of the virtual aircraft, the possible aircraft, and imagined as a modern day racer and performance aircraft. It still manages to hold on to the idea and the lines and the design and the charm of the 1930s original GB races, while still integrating modern avionics systems and a modern engine. It has very interesting and very unique design features, again sticking with that of the original conceptual design. So yeah, it is a design that is not technically flying, but it has been proposed, it has been designed. It's just never been flown in full size before, until now virtually here in Microsoft Flight Simulator. Now, this developer is actually, although it's a new developer, the new product, it's actually a team of freeware developers. Many includes developers Got Gravel, 270 Incorporated, and Jonks as well. So they've all come together from their variety of freeware projects and come together to produce this payware product. And you pick this one up from FlightSim.to for $15 or your original equivalent, available now. Continuing on with MSFS releases, but this time now scenery, developer Burning Blue Designs came out with their latest airport this week with their release of Bodeman Airfield in the United Kingdom. So this airport in the heart of Cornwall, just off the A30, gives us a small little GA airfield that has been operating for many, many years, and includes a local flying club as well as the home of the Trago Mills Design Bureau as well. Includes custom airport buildings, all airport buildings custom modelled and fully produced with full high definition textures and full PBR support as well. Custom runway terraforming throughout the airport as well. Custom runway and taxiway terraforming with high resolution color corrected ground textures, working signal square and windsocks, custom cafe interior, and a variety of open hangar parking spot, and with some variety of dynamic scenery objects included as well. You can pick this one up for $12 or your regional equivalent, available now from Burning Blue Designs. Rounding out the MSFS releases this week from a developer Perfect Flight. So the release of their latest of their tours series with the release of their Caribbean Private Journey tour. So this includes a tour of the Caribbean, including over 150 points of interest across 26 legs and covering about 2,500 nautical miles throughout the Caribbean islands. Includes a custom Cub Crafters X-Cub livery, as well as full custom supports for the mission, including full support for text-to-speech technology as well. And you can pick this one up for $15 or your original equivalent, available from your favorite flight sim retailer. Moving out of the MSFS world, moving into the world of X-Plane now. So we saw this week from Aerosoft and developer Matthias Seewald from Maps to X-Plane and Albert Ruffles, the release of their latest in their Society Islands series with the release of Bora Bora and the Leeward Islands. So this gives us a highly detailed rendition with custom terrain mesh of a number of islands in the Bora Bora and Leeward Islands archipelago. Includes custom terrain mesh with photorealistic textures for the landscape and the sea, custom overlay with dense tropical vegetation, high detail renditions of 5 airports and 6 helipads throughout the islands as well, with hundreds of custom buildings and custom points of interest implemented with full support for PBR and night textures as well. A variety of custom animations have been supported through the use of the SAM plugin as well. And you pick this one up for $37 or your original equivalent, available from your favorite flight sim retailer. Continuing on with X-Plane releases into an aircraft that I have actually got some personal experience with. So this week, the release of the TAF Sling 2 from developer Rusky Sims. Now this is a very, very popular light sport aircraft powered by Rotex 912, which is really, really interesting because, and it's very, very popular because it serves with many flying clubs as a training aircraft, initial flight training for ab initio pilots. And for me, it was actually the first cockpit I ever sat in that was essentially a full glass cockpit. So the aircraft is very stable, very docile, serves as an excellent training platform, but also serves as an excellent cross-country flyer as well. And this particular rendition is claims to be a highly detailed, or in their words, a hyper-realistic simulation of the Sling 2, with a custom flight model tested by real Sling pilots, with a first-person walking system for doing your pre-flight checks, a custom engine maintenance mode, 3D ground equipment, full custom sound set, and full VR support included as well. Now, looking through it, it visually looks really, really good externally. I must admit, I'm just going to say for X-Plane 11, the interiors look really, really good. But this is just, I've got to admit, I'm spoiled by MSFS now. So, I kind of hold everything up to that lens. But for X-Plane, it does look really, really good. I will give them that. So yeah, if you want to pick this one up, you can pick this one up for $28 or your original equivalent, available now from explain.org. Speaking of releases, we saw a release for the Helicopter Mafia this week of the release by user Carl L of the OH-58D Kiowa Warrior for X-Plane 11. So this is a rendition. So for those who may not know what the Kiowa Warrior is, essentially it's a militarized Bell 407 with the ability to carry weapons and also sensor masks and all the other fun stuff that you do in the military. So this gives a custom model with custom 3D model with fully functional interior and avionics systems and representation of many of those sensory systems as well. Includes custom interior and external 3D models with a custom profile and fully animated setup with custom flight model with various recommendations as well. Includes a full support for 4K PBR textures internally and externally, custom soundtrack, a custom sound set recorded from real engines, as well as a variety of liveries and a custom realistic flight model with an optional training wheels flight model for novice helicopter pilots. Which that particular part, I really want to give a shout out to because that's really thing because helicopters are a nightmare to start with. So it's great to be able to sort of have that sort of saying, hey, if you're struggling with helicopters, here's something to help get you started. As I said, this is a freeware project and available now from explain.org. Continuing on with items for the Helicopter Mafia, saw this week the release from developer Xblade Aerospace, the rendition of a fictional helicopter training field called Rotor Creek. Now, again, this is a really interesting set of challenges that comes through here. So you get with a variety of different maneuver challenges, hovering challenges, and a variety of different options, including all spread out over 4 large dispersals and 2 runways located at the heliport. Includes 70 dedicated helipads around the around the scenery option, with over 2.5 square kilometers of custom terrain and objects all included, and over 1,400 bespoke 3D objects, all designed to be fully compatible for minimal performance loss and fully designed for optimized for VR flying. Fully supports day and night operations as well, and with a number of exercises and challenges for you to take on in your journey as a budding helicopter pilot. So if you want to add this training to this, what I've been told is it looks like to be an invaluable training tool, you can add this to your cart for $19 or your original equivalent, available now from explain.org. Rounding out the X-Plane 11 releases, this time from developer Sim Smith. So this a collection of real-life liveries for the V-Sky Labs C-47 Skytrain for X-Plane 11, which are all based on sort of mercy flights or sort of very important. Well, they call them life preservers, is what the pack is called, and it covers a range of aircraft operating in humanitarian operations around the world, or missionary outreaches, forestry operations, or even Coast Guard operations are covered as well, along with a couple of aircraft involved in things like health and human services as well. So interesting little historical collection pack that you can add to your collection for $13 or original equivalent, available now from explain.org. And rounding out the flight simulation news with, normally I wouldn't cover this because it's not technically a product release, but I do actually want to sort of give a shout out to Eagle Dynamics and DCS for an announcement they made this week. Let's be honest, DCS World gets a bad rap from time to time. They really do, and Eagle Dynamics get a bad rap from time to time. Whether it's justified or not, I'll let the audience decide. However, they made over the course of the pandemic, they made a couple of options where they've given people time to be able to give products a try. 2 weeks, the running joke of the DCS community, they would give people the opportunity to be able to try modules out for a couple of weeks to see if they like it before they bought it. They've now actually extended that. That's now a permanent program. Their free-to-play program, which is what they're calling it, allows you to be able to try out any one of their products for 14 days every 6 months. So every 6 months, you can pick up any module that you don't currently own and have full access to it, every single part of it, fully functional, not locked down, not stripped or anything like that. Use it for 14 days, and then you can either buy it or it gets deleted from your system. But then in 6 months' time, you can try it again for another 2 more weeks. So it's a really interesting approach that they're taking there, and I think I've really got to give DCS, I've really got to give Eagle Dynamics really kudos for thinking outside the box and actually sort of going to find ways to improve relations and improve customer satisfaction, because DCS modules are some of the most expensive in the market, and it can be challenging to fork out a lot of money for an aircraft that you may or may not know much about. So this opportunity is a really, really great opportunity, and I do actually hope that other sims and other developers maybe look at the model that Eagle Dynamics is proposing here and see if we can apply it elsewhere. But yeah, I just want to give that, as I said, not a product, not a free release, but a new program. I think it's a pretty cool idea. So Eagle Dynamics, well done. You did awesome there. Moving out of the flight simulation world and moving into the permanent way this week from developer Digital Train Model. So this week the release of their edition of the Western Maryland BL2 locomotive for Train Simulator. Now, I was going to try and describe you and go through what this is, but honestly, I've read the description on this 5 times, probably actually closer to 10, and I still don't actually understand what this is giving you. I think it's giving you a train, but then it's giving you 2 other shunting units, I think, and some rolling stock. So I'm confused. I really, really am. Even just trying to read the history about this. So yeah, I'm going to throw it over to you train buffs and say maybe one of you could maybe dumb it down for me to pilot language, because yeah, I'm not getting it. Anyway, you get what looks like to be 1 main train, 2 smaller shunter trains, and 4 scenarios for the CSX Hanover subdivision in a variety of logos. The main train, the Electromotive BL2, has the custom, there's a full custom modeling, both internally and externally, with 2 main liveries. Includes authentic cab operation and controls, with standard and snow dress versions included as well, with 5 different types of freight equipment, including a steel caboose, boxcar, 2 types of covered hoppers, and an open gondola, 4 career scenarios as we talked about before, and then the Western Maryland Alco FA2 and the General Electric 44 tonner in custom liveries as well. And you can pick this whole pack up for $20 or your original equivalent, available now on Steam. Continuing on with Train Simulator releases is this week from developer High Iron Simulations. So this week, the release of their rendition of the B&O Mountain Subdivision and the Cumberland to Grafton route add-on. Now, this particular route add-on is set deep in the West Virginian's Allegheny Mountains, and apparently called the West End, in the Chessie System era, now today part of CSX. Now, this particular route gives over 100 miles of highly detailed terrain, starting in Cumberland in Maryland, and heading into Grafton, ending in Grafton in West Virginia. Includes the, as I said, the legendary Mountain Subdivision of Baltimore and Ohio's West End route. Includes includes an additional 30 miles of Western Maryland's Thomas Subdivision and B&O's Cumberland Terminal and portions of adjoining subdivisions, for a total of over 140 route miles in the pack. Includes a number of famous and challenging 2+% grades, including B&O's Cranberry 17-mile Newburgh and Cheat River grades, and set in the era of the late 1970s. Includes, along with the scenery pack, includes an Electromotive SD35, a GP40-2, and a GP9, all in multiple variations and liveries, as well as an SW series switcher in a B&O livery as well. 20 different types of freight and caboose equipment and large yards, all highly detailed, and a variety of different custom signaling systems included throughout as well. So this highly detailed terrain pack you can add for $40 or your original equivalent, available now from Steam. Trading in the permanent way for the off-road. So this week a release from KT Racing, the World Rally Championship 10 FIA World Rally Championship for consoles and PCs. So this is basically the official game of the World Rally Championship. It's been re-released again, this time celebrating the 50th anniversary of the real-life championship. Includes a variety of new, never-before seen content for WRC on Sim, including, 4 new 2021 rallies, including Estonia, Croatia, Belgium, and Spain, 6 historic rallies, 120 special saves, 52 official teams of the 2021 season, covering WRC 2, 3, and junior divisions as well, along with 20 legendary cars from all major manufacturers. Career mode's been updated, overhauled. A couple of things have been overhauled now, including a custom livery editor. So you can create your own team liveries. I just kind of expect that now. But anyway, updated physics engine, esports support. I don't play this, so I'm going to have to leave it to you experts that have it. If you do look at wanting to pick it up, there is both the base edition and a variety of day one DLC, including a career starter pack, Mitsubishi Lancer Evo 1998, Subaru Impreza World Rally Edition 1997, and the Arena Panzerplatte Triple S vehicle. All those options you can pick up as separate DLCs, or you can buy a deluxe edition, which includes it all. If you want to add this to your collection, starting from $50 for your base edition, available from your favorite console, platform, on simulation store. And finally, rounding out the simulation release news for this week from developers SCS Software for American Truck Simulator. So this week, the release of their latest truck DLC, the International LT for American Truck Simulator. Now, it is designed and cooperation with International to give us a highly accurate 3D model both internally and externally for this to give this the most driver-centric, uptime-focused truck that International Trucks has ever delivered. I am absolutely certain that this has been done in partnership with them as a bit of a promotional thing. Apparently, the vehicle has intuitive controls, enhanced visibility, a quiet cab, critical information at your fingertips, and dozens of other smart features. The LT series delivers on keeping a driver comfortable and in control of any journey, long or short. If that doesn't read like a commercial, I don't know what does. However, for us in the simulation world, it really is great because it comes to us as a free DLC for our American Truck Simulator experience, available now on Steam. And finally, just before we finish up for the night, I do want to do a bit of a plug for the upcoming FlightSimExpo coming up on September the 24th to the 26th, 2021. Now, FlightSimExpo, of course, unsadly was sort of, knocked off the rails by COVID last year, but this year it's making a comeback as a bit of a interesting hybrid event, which we're starting to see with more big events these days. So there's going to be both an in-person component, but also going to be a online and sort of digital component as well, which is actually really good for people like me who can't make it to the team in San Diego this year. So if you're looking at joining on, if you are in the US and you have the ability to travel into San Diego, definitely think about heading in, or you can take the option of joining us online as well. Now, this wonderful expo is a great place to meet and be able to bond and be able to get in touch and swap stories with your fellow virtual aviators. And really, one of the things that I really love about all of these expos is that you get to hear from the people who actually spend their lives living and breathing this content. So you actually get to hear firsthand from developers, from people who use flight simulation every day, whether that be in a personal setting or perhaps even in a professional setting as well. And possibly the best part about it, though, is you get to meet your fellow virtual aviators, and you can actually learn, and I think the most powerful thing is that you learn that there is more that actually unites us than actually divides us. So that's really, really an important thing. And as I said before, with the advantage of being at a hybrid event this year is that it means that those of us who either can't travel or have, or for whatever reason cannot make it to the event, and perhaps because we're overseas, we have an option to be able to join in North America's largest flight simulation expo. So if you wanted to join in, definitely head over to FlightSimExpo.com. The link will be in the description down below, and sign up online. As I said, you can either sign up to go in person or you can sign up online as well. All right, folks, with that, thanks very much for watching. Don't forget, as always, to like the video and subscribe to the channel if you're enjoying these videos and want to see more. And of course, as always, you can catch up with me and all the things I'm up to between videos by finding me on Facebook and on Twitter and on Twitch. Just search NovaWing24. All right, folks, thanks very much for watching. Take care, safe skies to all, and we'll see you next time. Bye for now.